Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious, healthy hot pot of chicken stew. The first thing you do is to sear the chicken. The flavor for this dish comes from the well-seared chicken. So make sure that the pot is hot. Next thing you do is pour in olive oil. Let the oil heat up for a few minutes and then you can put in the chicken. Once the pan is hot, put in the chicken, skin side down. Normally I use a chicken thigh for this dish because usually it tastes better, or you can even use drumsticks. Now when you first put it in, you'll find that the skin may stick to the pan. Just let it sear. Once it's seared, you'll find that you can actually remove the whole piece of chicken. Okay, when you see the skin brown like this, means it's ready. You can turn it over and sear the other side. Once you've seared both sides of the chicken, remove it from the pan. Wow, look at all the wonderful flavor at the bottom of the pan. First thing, to leave the pan hot, next thing you do, add in the onions. Stir fry this for a minute. You see the onions soften a little bit. Now don't worry about the things that stuck at the bottom, because later on when you put in the chicken broth, all those wonderful flavor will be infused into the stew. Alright, next thing you do, pour in the celery as well as the carrots to create a fantastic vegetable soup base. Right, next thing you do, stir in about 2 tablespoons of flour. Now, stir this for a while and let the flour mix with the vegetables. The flour will help to thicken the stew. Have about 2 cups of chicken stock ready. Now pour in a little bit first, and then what you do now is you stir the bottom of the pan to bring out all the flavor at the bottom of that's been stuck to the bottom of the pan. Again, remember these bits here are all flavor for the stew. Okay, once you've done that, pour in the rest of the chicken stock. The next thing you do is put back the chicken in the stew. The next step I do here is to put in some star anise, some cloves, and a cinnamon stick. Now this step is completely not necessary, but because I like the oriental flavor for the stew, I normally put it in. Now you can use bay leaves and thyme if you like the western style of the stew, but this is how I prefer it. Next, put in the potatoes, or as many potatoes as you like. Now after you put in the potatoes, typically for most of the food I put a dash of cayenne pepper. Somehow it just enhances the flavor. And of course you can add salt and pepper to your taste. Now after you've added in the salt and pepper, you need to cover the pot, put it on low heat and let it simmer for about 40 minutes. If you're going to use the pressure cooker, everything exactly the same except that you pressure cook for about 15 minutes will do. After every 10 minutes, give the stew a good stir. This to prevent any ingredients from sticking to the bottom of the pan. Right, it's been cooking for already 40 minutes, and to see if the stew is ready, what you need to do is take a fork, look for the potato and poke it. If it goes in easily like this, means it's ready. Here you go, my delicious chicken stew for a nice cold rainy day. Enjoy.